Lupithion is back! And in this very same episode, the Awesome Brawlers are looking for a Wolfman! I am Haru Ren. Welcome to my review of episode 14 of Geogan Rising. So spoiler warning, if you haven't seen this episode yet, go back and watch it now. But if you have, sit back, relax, and enjoy my review of Geogan Rising episode 14. The first part is Princess of the Garbage Heap, Bethany. The Awesome Brothers are taking a break from training for the Battle Judgment, but Leah demands that everyone take all the garbage being left around the studio and the treasure that the new Bakugan have brought back all the way to the dump. When they arrive, the Bakugan go to run wild when they encounter Bethany, voiced by Fenneca's voice actress Carleen Doubt, with the most vague and lifeless British accent I think I've ever heard. I think Ross put on a better fake British accent than this.
This is my palace, and I am royalty. You can call me Princess Bethany.
Oh, bloody hell.
I get the feeling upsetting her would not be a good idea.
Gee, what gave it away, Dan? The over-the-top snobby personality or the fact that she's holding something that could potentially be used as a weapon? Bethany is also a person that is fascinated by dirty, smelly junk, so in a way she is kind of like the other Bakugan from Junk Island. This has potential to set up a very touching episode for the Bakugan because, as Drago mentioned, junk reminds them of home and where they came from. But instead, this, unfortunately, in reality, is a lightning episode. Lightning just collapses the junk pile trying to get a bone flag, and I'm just surprised no one was dead or injured when that came down, and they just have a battle for no reason at all.
How are you going to make this up to me? Please answer me that! Give the royal flag back to me!
What is wrong with you? This is just pointless and lifeless. This could have been an actual episode and story at your feet, and you decide to go with a lazy filler episode? This episode, you could have actually put some life into it if I wrote it like this. Falcon, Fenneca, Farasco, Shakhtar, and Pensator end up becoming a little homesick, which would be why they leave junk all over the studio. You have them go to the junkyard, fight Bethany over control of the junkyard. Bethany would learn the concept of sharing after she loses. Fenneca, Farasco, Falcon, Shakhtar, and Pensator would gain a new friend in Bethany, and they won't feel homesick anymore. Everyone is happy. This is the problem that I have with this episode. They built the foundation to have something potentially good at the beginning, but it just seems like they gave up halfway and settled for mediocrity. Bethany has no character to her. She doesn't appear to have any character flaws at all. When it seems like she does have a flaw being her ego, the Awesome Brothers just shrug and feed it to her. There's little to no background to her and isn't portrayed as having any kind of sense of foil for this episode. But it's okay, because she has Aquos Lupithion.
Aquos Lupithion and I! Aquos Lupithion! Aquos Lupithion! Aquos Lupithion! My Aquos Lupithion won't lose to a gross centipede like that!
Lupithion is cool to see though. The battle itself is the same old formula. After the battle, Bethany relinquishes her throne, but Lightning and Farasco want to share the kingdom with her as if that was supposed to be the lesson here. All Lightning and Farasco wanted was the bone flag. And that was a good waste of 11 minutes of my time. The next part is Find the Mysterious Cryptid Wolfman. My god, what is up with these long titles? Leah is concerned because the Awesome Brothers' views have been decreasing lately when she is begging for new ideas for videos. In classic comedy fashion, Winton has an idea to go look for what people have been calling the Wolfman. But Leah is scared at the idea of Wolfman, which seems to be the basis of this episode.
You said you wanted to boost our view counts, and this'll do it!
I never asked you to go this far for view counts!
You'd be surprised how far people on the internet will go for views. And in this scene here, I think Devin's audio got out of sync or something, because after he mentions Bigfoot, he hastily says Loch Ness Monster before the transition, and then there's a 5-second delay before he mentions UFOs.
Stories like Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, and UFO sightings.
After getting a lecture about what an urban legend means, the Awesome Brawlers set up camp, Ajit can cook curry, and everyone goes to sleep but Leah encounters the Wolfman. Hot damn, Margarita could actually be in those horror movies with a scream like that. But then Leah faints, so it's up to the other awesome brawlers to catch the Wolfman. The small plotline of Leah being afraid seems to have been dropped at a moment's notice. Obviously, if you've watched this series before, the Wolfman is a Bakugan, so the battle starts, and it's Winton that's the one fighting. Same old boring formula, Talon wins it, and the Wolfman was just a guy riding on a Wolf Bakugan the whole time. I can't imagine riding on a Wolf Bakugan's back while it's fighting at breakneck speed is anyway safe. The man, voiced by Ron Pardo, who voices Talon, turns this into an environmental commentary saying that he was only protecting the endangered species of wolves because humans camping here causes damage to the forest. That's why the Wolfman legend was created to scare people away, but as Winton cleverly pointed out, that only makes people curious to want to come to look for the Wolfman. How is it that this Wolfman guy has slightly more character than Bethany? So Winton makes a video saying the Wolfman attacked them, which scares their fans into not going near the forest ever again, and the episode ends thinking the problem is solved. That is until the story and video of a creature attacking humans and Bakugan without mercy in an actual campground property causes government and military forces to go hunt him down. And this episode again was a waste of another 11 minutes of my time. So that was Geogan Rising episode 14. Let me know what your rating of the show was in the comments down below. This episode was just wretched. It's got nothing going for it. From the shockingly lazy writing to the absolute lack of actual life into this episode, this is just one of the most lazy and boring fillers I've ever seen. There are things in this episode that could have been good. They actually had something going if they took the time to actually go over the first draft. But no, it seems like they settled for mediocrity and just thought it would be acceptable. Bethany and the Wolfman barely have or just don't have any character. Drago and Leah actually does bring something up to make up part of the plot, but just don't follow up on it. There was just gold in this episode that just didn't get mined out. The story could have been there. This really could have been good, but it seems like they went ahead with draft 1 and thought it would be okay without a second thought. This really could have been a very good episode, but unfortunately, they swung a foul ball with this one. This episode can go to the Doom Dimension. Thank you for watching this review of Geogan Rising. Be sure to press the thumbs up and give us a subscribe for more awesome Bakugan content. I've been Haru Ren, and thank God for Rapid Fire. Bye!